Hello, how are y'all doing? Happy Saturday, and thank you for coming because I just kind of threw this together today. And also, this is streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, which I don't know if like that it will bring anyone new in, but who knows, it doesn't, it's not no extra work to to do it. The StreamYard does it all for me. So yeah, figured I would just do it. Oh, thank you. You guys are so cute. But yeah, it's Saturday and just having a bit of a chill weekend. I had to start on my packing because I'm moving on in like basically a month. I get the keys the 20th, so I'm moving like that week of March. So into just the chat. Oh yeah, I don't really know that much about Twitch, which so any advice is greatly appreciated. I Oh yeah, I can see that I'm live on it now, which is cool. Um so yeah, so if I haven't done something on Twitch or Twitch people, I will figure it out as I go. So yeah, I will change that. Thank you for the recommendation, Leila. And yeah, so we're gonna what I want to basically what I want to do is I want to keep the Monday live as is, like, just keep it talking about that because, I know it's a slow time right now because the show's just finished, but who knows what's gonna happen, and as I said on Monday, that even if the show is cancelled, which I do think the fact it hasn't been cancelled already is obviously like a good sign, but even if it is cancelled, believe me, you're gonna have something to talk about L-word wise. So there's gonna be something good. There's gonna be a good end present if that, sadly happens. And yes, I have moved in my life. I think one time I counted. This is like nothing because I'm just moving like in the same country, but literally I think I've moved over 30 times in my life. And like a lot of the time it'll be like Ireland to America, America to the Isle of Man. So, yes, I move a lot. A lot. And yeah, the JB thing, I'm not sure. She did say today that was a little update that she said that it's gonna take a while for the surprise to manifest, but we've got JB working on that. As I told you, if the L word's canceled, I have something fucking great for you. Like unbelievable. And I'm sure we'll get something from Kate and Leisha too. So whether they'll be able to say everything, I don't know, but we'll get something, I hope. So y- yeah, I'm working on so because obviously they right now don't know anything either. So we'll have to wait and see. Although we really should find out soon because it's been like quite a while and they are having this town hall. Is it the 23rd, I think, and some other stuff. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see soon. But the point of all that is, yeah, Mondays I want to keep the same and just do the L word and like some other stuff. And then depending on how this goes, like I'm not gonna do it obviously if you don't like it, but on I maybe will do like a Friday or Saturday or Sunday, like move it around, or probably Saturday's a good day to do it though, because like obviously a lot of people don't have to get up for work the next day. And you know, it's easier for people in other time zones to do it on a weekend because 'cause they're not at work during the day. But I wanted to use this as, like, a stream that we can watch other content and just, like, chat about watching it together because I can't do anything that's like TV shows or movies because they will literally just take the stream down because of copyright. So the only things we could do really is like obviously YouTube, which has shows, videos. We can watch other content creators, other people's videos. Like imagine if we watched Amanda's video about Marsha or something on stream. Like that would be funny. You know, there's lots of other lesbian LGBTQ content creators that we could watch. We can watch trailers for stuff, we can watch, you know, anything. So I thought a good thing would be the Gap series and Stupid Wife are the two things that I keep hearing about a lot. Um, oh yeah, Mindy, that's good. Yeah. Very important call. So I think that those series have been pretty popular, judging by I've had quite a lot of people ask me to cover it or ask me if I'm watching it. So I think that is a good place to start. But if there's something that you ever want covered or you see like I really like as well. Obviously, not that I'm like anything big, but if it's another YouTuber, you know, like it's good to give promotion to other people in our community who aren't, you know, like some YouTuber that has like 10 million subscribers or something. So I think that would be good. And yeah, there's like, you know, clip channels. It doesn't have to just be someone that does like talking head, or it doesn't have to be just original content or anything. It could be anything. So why don't we do a little poll for to can't speak to decide what we should watch now. Uh, because I don't think the episodes are like very long. So we'll give everyone a minute or two to vote. Yeah, I think both are not um neither of them are in English. One is Portuguese, I think Super Stupid Wife is it? And the Gap series is Thai, I think. I don't know too much about either. I actually really don't know anything about the Gap the series apart from like I've seen the pictures of people, and then I know Stupid Wife is something somebody gets like amnesia because I think I watched one of Evelyn's videos on it, or maybe I know Evelyn's covered Stupid Wife because she's talked to me about it before. I think she did the Christmas one, and then I think I saw Sapphic Underground did episodes for the Gap series, but I didn't watch them because I was like, "Oh, I don't wanna watch someone's review before I watch the episodes." So, yeah, they have subtitles, yeah. I don't have yeah, it doesn't bother me at all if something isn't in English. If there's subtitles, then it doesn't really matter. I've had like I remember one of my ex-girlfriends, she like actually didn't speak English when we met. She's Spanish, and we literally like even if you talk to her today, she would say, "I learned English from Ash rambling all the time because we work together too." Or sorry, we used to watch, Friends and everything like that, but, like, with the English subtitles on. It's it, you should bugger, you should refresh your stream. It'll be your internet. It's not me because I can see myself on stream, and, it's not out of sync for me. It normally, if you unless everybody's having the issue in the chat, it's, it'll be your internet or, like, your connection to YouTube, because the way YouTube works, it's like they have things all over the world. So if, say, you're in like one country, you're connecting to like a different server than like someone else's. So usually it's just like the connection to that rather than like my outgoing one, because I'm like actually hardwired into the wall, into the internet. I guess is the thing that I meant to say. Lost Girl, is that what you guys said? No, I haven't seen that. I think I've heard the name before, but Kiss Me, I haven't heard of that either. No, you can't really watch anything on Netflix or anything like that because they'll just take the stream down immediately for copyright. Okay, I'm gonna close the poll in 1 second, so get your final votes in. This cup is so weird. The, like, thing is it's, like, really thick, so you feel like you have to, like, tip the liquid out on, like, onto your face. Oh, maybe I have seen that Lost Girl. I if it's I Yeah, I think I have seen it because I thought you were talking about something new. Anna Silkins. I'll have to look. Maybe I just heard of it and I haven't seen it. Okay, what are our results? Oh my gosh, it's very close if anybody wants to sway the vote one way or the other. Mm. Oh my god, yeah, it's a tie. You guys are wild. Oh, mm, maybe I just have that Lost Girl on my list. Oh, Stupid Wives getting ahead. Oh, you think Stupid Wives better? Okay, let's pull both up anyway. But let me make you I cannot speak, which is not very good when I'm on a live. But let me share my screen with you is what I meant to say. Mm, okay, one sec. Okay. So this is the channel, right? That plays it. So it's been going for quite a while. Okay, this is episode 1. Wow, 8.6 million views. That's crazy. And then So it's only 15 minutes, the first episode, is it? Or that in quarters? Oh, it's not it. Okay, so it's half an hour. Okay. Now the Gap one's winning. Jeez, okay. Let's start with the Gap one then, since it's 14, and then we'll see where we are. And since it's winning by 1%. All I know about Stupid Wife is it's wives, obviously, and one of them gets amnesia? Okay, let me just check you can see everything okay. Okay, we ready? Okay, I'm gonna play, okay? Let me know if you can hear okay and everything. Or let me know if you can hear me. Okay. Emma.
เป็นเพียงคนคนหนึ่งทั่วไปไม่น่าสนใจแต่รู้บ้างไหมฉันได้ซ่อนอยู่ก็เพื่อนเธอมองเธอในทุกวันนี้และตัวฉันอยากให้เธอนั้นได้รับได้รู้อาจจะมีเรื่อง
It's a really big cast.
ฉันไม่เข้าใจอาจจะมีคนคนหนึ่งจับมือเธอ
And the production is like really like the camera and everything is really good quality. My gosh, there's so many people in this. Oh, the little crowd. Oh my gosh. My dad's wife is actually Thai, so I guess I could try and have something in common with her if I showed her this. Oh wow, that's so cool. Oh, the main actress sings the song? That's cool. Hmm. I think I normally have my subtitles on, which is weird. Okay. Where we have the subtitles on.
สุดไหมชีวิตเราจะมีใครคนหนึ่งที่เขาทำให้เรามีความสุข
Let's see.
ช่วยฮีลใจในวันที่เราท้อทำให้เรากลับมายิ้มได้ในวันที่เราทุกข์ถ้าคุณเคยเราคือพวกเดียวกันเราคือแฟนคลับที่คอยซัพพอร์ตไอดอลในดวงใจของเราฉันก็มีไอดอลที่ฉันปลื้มสุดๆเหมือนกัน
Those are some pink socks.
เห็นมากเลยแม่คือเขาแบบน่ารักมากเลยอะขนาดนั้นเลยเหรอลูก
ทำแล้วค่ะ
Oh, today was the last episode.
เฮ้ยแต่งตัวสวยไปปะเนี่ยดูสิแหมมองตาไม่กระพริบ
Oh,
เลยนะ
the
โน้ต
dog is so cute. His little face.
พ่อค่ะแม่ค่ะเดี๋ยวมารีบกลับมานะคะ
จ้าไปดูคอนเสิร์ตให้สนุกนะลูกนะ
ค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ
ไอ้มาเลย
Oh, they have been blocking it? Oh god, I didn't know that. Let me see. Which is, I don't understand why. Oh, sugar. Only if it's too big. Oh, okay. Because I don't really have like much. Sure. Do you think this is okay? This size? I don't know whether I can. Let me see. I could put something else up so it makes it smaller. If you're bigger than the video, they don't block you. Okay. I can do that, I think. Oops, no. Okay, sorry you have to look at me so big, but I don't want it to be blocked, obviously, because if they, what happens is because the way that we record Drinks at Dana's is we do it on this platform, and when we did like our first ever episode, I was like, oh, it should be cool because I wasn't broadcasting. It was just recording it. It wasn't through anything. And I was like, oh, it'd be cool if we played the episode just for us, like we wouldn't be playing it in the recording so that we could like know where we're up to. And even though it wasn't broadcasting or anything, YouTube like went psycho, and they were like basically they took it down, and then they give you like a warning about it. And if they were to do like if they took it down again, they would give me a strike. And if you get 3 strikes on your channel is deleted forever, and you can't like start a new channel or anything. I mean, you have to get 3 strikes, but you know what I mean. There's not there's like, do you know what I mean? Like there's not like a ton of choices. Like you either have it this size or this size. There isn't really any other. I can do. Is that okay, you think? Oh, it's okay. Silence the video and then just have the subtitles. Is everyone okay with that? Because yeah, I guess like we don't need to hear like doors slamming or something. Okay, everyone's cool with that. Okay, let's go again. And then that will stop, most likely, it being picked up by the software too. Ooh, I love those shots like that. Well, I can turn it on and off in there. Kate Spade? Random. We have to have it small because otherwise
นั่น
they'll
คือหม่อม
block
สา
it.
มหม่อมหลวงสามนันท์คุณสามเป็นคนน่ารักจิตใจดี รักเด็กอ่อนโยนรักสัตว์ทุกอย่างที่เกี่ยวกับคุณสามฉันรู้หมด เพราะฉันเป็นด้อมของคุณสามมาตั้งแต่ตอนประถมตามติดชีวิตของเขาทุกอย่าง
So she's like famous, this one, Lady Sam? No, I haven't seen it before.
เพราะเขาเป็นกำลังใจ เป็นแรงบันดาลใจที่ดีที่สุดของฉัน
Like, everyone's loving this. It's crazy. It must be like a fake title though, because like that. What's it called?
มันถึงเวลาแล้วที่ฉันกับเขาจะได้ใกล้กัน
The
สัก
thing
ที
that came out recently. I did a video on it on my second channel. Established
น้อง
titles.
น้องครับ น้องครับ น้อง
ค่ะ
อ๋อนี่ตื่นเต้นใช่ไหม เพราะเราก็ตื่นเต้นไม่ต่างเดี๋ยวเรามาพูดคุยกับน้องเขาด้วยกันน้องเซ้ง
ครับผมและนี่เราชื่ออะไรเอ่ยครับ
ชื่อม่อนค่ะ
อ๋อน้องม่อนนะครับผมครับแล้วก็เป็นยังไงฮะวันนี้ที่น้องมาอยู่ตรงนี้เรามีของรางวัลให้ใช่ไหมครับ
น้องม่อนครับ พวกเรามีอะไรจะบอกนะครับ
So this lady Sam is like a singer, or she's just like a influencer person? Oh, do you think she's from a wealthy family? Oh, okay. Yeah, because you can only be like it must be like a nickname or something, because they only do like lords and ladies like over here, but you have to be like inherited or given to you or something. Oh, okay. She does sing, okay.
น้องม่อนเป็นผู้โชคดีได้รางวัลใหญ่จากพวกเราครับขอเสียงปรบมือหน่อยได้ไหมครับ เย้มาจากน้องเซ้งเตรียมอะไรมา
ได้เลยฮะเดี๋ยวผมไปหยิบของรางวัลสักครู่นะครับ
เยี่ยมไปเลยเป็นของรางวัลพิเศษจากพวกเรานะครับผม
ใช่ครับ
มารับไปเลยครับขอเสียงปรบมืออีกรอบได้ไหมครับดีด้วยนะครับ
Congratulations นะครับ
ครับผมโอเค
นะครับ
ได้เลยครับ
Who are these guys? Are they famous as well? I feel like I'm like an old woman or something right now, being like, who are these people? But yeah.
ระวังนะครับ
ค่อยๆลงนะครับค่อยๆลงนะครับค่อยๆลงนะครับแหม่จริงๆก็อยากแจกอีกนะอยากแจกอีกนะ
แต่จริงๆอยากให้ได้ครบทุกคนเลยเนาะแต่ว่าของรางวัลเรามีไม่พอจ
The
ริง
guys
แต่
are
ว่า
singers.
ทำไมฮะ
เรายังไม่หมดกันเท่านี้นะครับทุกคนเรายังมีเซอร์ไพรส์พิเศษอะไรอีกครับพี่
วันนี้นะครับเรายังมีอีกเพลงหนึ่ง
Oh, the songs are sung by the actors? That's cool.
ที่อยากจะร้องให้ทุกคนฟังนะครับทุกคนต้องชอบเพลงนี้มากแน่
The
ๆ
Ryan
เพราะว่า
Seacrest.
น้องเซงเขาก็ชอบครับ
ชอบคนร้องเลยครับ
งั้นเรามาฟังกันดีกว่าครับผม
ไปครับ
เชิญครับ
ขอบคุณที่เธอนั้นยังอยู่ในทุกๆวันเรามันดังความฝันที่ไม่เคยกล้าจะคิด
It's really good voice.
เกิดขึ้นแล้ว
And a deck of their country.
ในทุก
Yes.
ไออุ่นในทุกอ้อมกอดคำที่เธอบอกว่ารักฉันใจ
Yeah, they're really good singers.
แบบไหนเธอไม่เคยจะหายไป
Everyone's very good looking too.
ม่อนนะม่อนบิลลี่กับเซ้งอะเมนชันแท้ๆอะทำไมแกได้ขึ้นไปอยู่กับพี่เขาวะแถมแกยังได้ถ่ายรูปใกล้ชิดกับพี่เขาอีกอะ
แกก็เอารูปแกมาตัดต่อแทนฉันสิ
โหนี่ยังจะมาขิงเพื่อนอีกเหรอไอ้ม่อนมาให้ตีกว่านี้เลยนะไอ้นี่โอ๊ยโอ๊ย
ยูกี้ แกทำคุณสามฉันหล่น
โหอะไรมันจะขนาดนั้นม่อนทำอย่างกับว่าฉันทำคุณสาวของแกหัวแตกอย่างนั้นนั่นแหละช่วยเก็บ
So are they like in school, or like they're because they seem quite young, or are they They're like in university or something, or are they working? I like to know like the whole situation that's going on. It gets better after 2 episodes. Yeah, I mean, it's on YouTube, so they probably don't have all, a massive budget, but I think that it's put together, like, well and stuff like that, and everybody looks good, like, the camera quality is really good, everybody's seems like great singers and stuff too, so I think that it's good to watch and support stuff like this because they probably, like they've put in like a lot of work to these sort of things because a lot of the other situations where they have like huge budgets and stuff like they are treated in a amazing way. I'm sure they were treated good too, but you know what I mean, like it's probably a lot more. They're having to turn things over really fast and they probably, didn't have a lot of the luxuries and stuff that come with network shows and things. Oh, okay, shit, the Lady Sam is, like, older. I'm gonna put
อ่ะ
a
เคิม
poll.
นี่ขนาดคุณสามเขาไม่ได้เป็นศิลปินอ่ะแกยังเพ้อถึงเขาขนาดเนี้ยถ้าเกิดว่าวันไหนเขาได้เดบิวต์ขึ้นมาแกไม่คลั่งรักตายเลยเหรอวะม่อน
ถ้าแกได้เห็นเขาในมุมที่ฉันเห็น แกจะเข้าใจฉัน
Oh, the dog. So cute. Okay, put a poll up.
หมาใครอ่ะ
Aw. He's a baby.
น่ารักจังเลยฮะทำไมน่ารักจังเลยทำไมน่ารักจังเลยฮะ
Oh god.
หยุดค่ะหยุดค่ะมีคนอยู่ด้านหลังค่ะ
Jesus, nearly killing a child and a
อ้าว
puppy.
ขอโทษทีค่ะหนู
ไม่เป็นไรใช่ไหม
ไม่เป็นไรค่ะ
ไม่ได้อยู่โรงเรียนนี้นี่ชื่ออะไรอ่ะ
ชื่อม่อนค่ะ
So they met when they were oh, they were at the
Mom.
same school?
อยู่นี่นี่เองมอดลูก มาทำอะไรลูก อ้าว หม่อมคะเป็นนี่หมาใครเหรอคะ
หมาของสามเองค่ะพอดีที่บ้านสามไม่ให้เลี้ยงก็เลยแอบซื้อมาค่ะแต่สามก็ว่าถ้าสามปล่อยไว้แบบเนี้ย
Oh, the dog's really one of theirs? Oh, that's so cute. Well, someone said before, so I don't remember who. Rio said before that the younger character is 22, Mon, and then Sam is 30. So I don't know. Sam looks like I'm not very good with kids' ages. Like 12 or 13 maybe there. So it's probably over 10, 15 years ago. This 15 probably closer to. We'll watch something else after this. So if this isn't for you, that's no worries. But
กลัวน้องจะตาย
we
อะ
can watch something else after. I can't make it any bigger because it'll get blocked by the copyright thing if it's any bigger than this. Oh, a
แล้วจะทำยัง
24
ไงกันดีล่ะคะ
20, okay.
แม่เราไปเรียนที่บ้านเถอะ
Eight
ช่วยพี่
years
เขา
ago. Thanks, Rio.
เนี่ยพี่เขาร้องไห้แล้วไม่สวยเลย
หม่อมคะ เดี๋ยวครูไปเลี้ยงให้เองค่ะ
จริงเหรอคะขอบคุณมากเลยค่ะ
I'll talk about A
ไหน
League of Their
มา
Own
ดูสิ
after this
ไหนข
too.
ออุ้มหน่อยสิดูหน้ากันหน่อยสิ
Oh, the
อุ้ย
little dog's so
อยากมันกันได้
cute.
เราอะอืมเห็นไหมเนี่ย ดีแค่ไหนแล้วที่มาเจอหมอมาแล้วอะพี่หนูจะช่วยดูแลไอเสือให้ดีที่สุดเลยค่ะใจนะตัวเล็ก
ม่อนม่อนไอ้ม่อนโหมัวแต่เคิมคุณสามไม่สนใจเพื่อนเลยนะ แต่ก็เอาเหอะฉันเนี่ยนับถือในความพยายามของแกจริงๆนะเว้ยม่อนคิดดูดิแกชอบคุณสามมาตั้งแต่ประถม จนมหาลัยแกก็ยังจะสอบเข้าไปในคณะเดียวกับเขาอีกอะแถมตอนเนี้ยเรียนจบมาแก
Yeah,
ก็
that's
ยังจะ
true,
ไปทำงานใน
Tanya.
บริษัทของคุณสามอีกอะยอมวะ
วีคหน้าจะเริ่มงานแล้ว จะเป็นครั้งแรกในรอบ12 ปีที่จะได้เจอคุณสาม ฉันจะทำหน้ายังไงดี
แกเก็บทรงไม่อยู่แน่เพื่อน
So when I said before, like about the lady Sam being a singer, so like she's quite famous, or she's just like well known to people who like follow. Because somebody said before she was like related to royalty, but like the Thai royal family, or
หวังนะ แกได้กรี๊ดสลบคาออฟฟิศแน่เว้ย แต่เอางี้ ขนาดออฟฟิศเนี่ยเขายังมีซ้อมหนีไฟเลยใช่ปะ แกก็ต้องซ้อมเว้ย วาง ตามมานี่
อะไร
มันนี่ได้ไหมนะ อยู่ตรงนี้นะ เดี๋ยวฉันเนี่ยจะเป็นคนสามให้แกเองไว้เพื่อน ลองหลับตา ทำสมาธิ มีสมาธินะ
oh, okay, thanks, Patty.
หายใจเข้าลึกๆ ม่อน นี่ม่อนใช่ไหม
ไม่เจอกันตั้งนาน เราคิดถึงม่อนมากเลย โตขึ้นแล้วทำไมสวยขนาดนี้เนี่ย ไหนขอดูความสวยใกล้ๆหน่อย
เฮ้ยดูดิ เนี่ยแก้มก็นุ่มนิ่มไปหมดเลยอะขอเรากอดทีนะขอหอมที
พอเลยแก คุณสามเขาผู้ดีจะตาย เขาไม่มาทะลึ่งตึงตังแบบแกหรอก
โอ้ยปกป้องอีกแล้วอะไรก็ปกป้องคุณสามอย่างงู้นอย่างนี้ เอาจริงๆนะ แกไม่ได้เจอกันตั้ง12 ปีอะแล้วตอนนั้นแกก็เด็กมาก
12
ด้วย
years
ฉันว่าคุณสามอาจจะจำแกไม่ได้ก็ได้ปะ
กลับมาเจอกันครั้งนี้ คุณสามจะจำเราได้ไหมเนี่ย
หมดอะไรวะเนี่ย
ทุกคนมาบ้าน
Okay. So there wasn't too much of them interacting in that episode. So I guess you know, when they meet and stuff, like, because I know lots of people have talked about like, oh, they're both like super super pretty, but I've heard lots of people say they have really good chemistry, so it must be obviously when they meet. And then lots of other people were saying too that today was like the last episode. So is it over now? Like, is it a mini series, or it's gonna have like another season? It starts in the next episode. Okay. I wonder how long it'll be until they do another series, because if it's I mean, it's a YouTube show, like, not a YouTube show, but it's mainly on YouTube, but they're a production company, but I bet you since it's been, like, pretty popular, I bet you they turn around quite quick and do a second season quite quick, because they won't have, like, a lot of the bullshit of, like, a network show, or, um, like Gen Q would, and have to go through all the hoops and stuff. Oh, they're bringing out another show with the 2 of them, and they're just gonna play, like, different characters, I'm assuming, but a couple still? Okay, okay. Yeah, sorry, and it's really difficult with that's why in a super ideal world, like, I started now my lives will stream here and on Twitch, and the one thing about Twitch is that they are a lot more, relaxed about content and like copyright and stuff, because honestly, like, if I started playing an episode of the L Word, or like a clip of the L Word, like within a minute they would like pull it down. So because they have like an automatic system that's just constantly running and constantly checking. So yeah, it's you have like just can't react or watch any sort of and when I do, like, like when I reacted to like the Bette and Tina getting back together or something, you have to like, it's so complicated to do, because you cannot basically like watch longer than like 10 seconds, so you have to constantly be like cutting, and it's a real nightmare. So, oh yeah, somebody asked about A League of Their Own before, and they still haven't renewed it for a second season, but I know a couple of people who work on the show, and like friends who know people who work on the show too, and the obviously, like, that nobody they don't know yet if it's gonna have another season, but the thing that was, like, not bad, but just, like, didn't happen was it's what I talk about with the L Word and, like, all basically other shows now, like, they only care if the show brings in a lot of new subscribers to pay for like Amazon Prime or Showtime or something. So I don't think they got the amount of new subscribers, because it did well, but I don't think that it had people getting and like obviously there's only so much you can track that, but it just didn't bring in the new Prime people that they wanted. So, the thing is though, if Amazon doesn't renew it, I bet you they would go to, like, another network, because it did get, like, really good reviews, and, like, there's so many people behind it, so I think that it's probably likely to get a second season, but it might not be on Amazon, it might be somewhere else, because it is quite an expensive show to make. If you listen to, Jess did an episode of her podcast like 2 or 3 weeks ago, where with, Jamie, who did, I'm a cheerleader, but I'm a cheerleader and all that, and she directed the pilot of A League of Their Own, and she talks about it a lot in the episode with Jess. It's really good, the episode, if you wanna go and listen to it. I think it was, like, 3 weeks ago, but obviously it has, like, the name and stuff in the episode title. Jess's podcast is called, Hot Takes and Deep Dives, if you want to check it out. But oh, Darcy, got a role on Broadway? I didn't know that. Harlem, I have that on my list. I haven't watched it yet, but I have it on my list to watch because I have heard good things about it. Yeah, the thing with a League of Their Own is because it was then seen as like an LGBTQ show, you know, it's just you know what people are like too. But I mean, the show got like phenomenal reviews, and everybody, you know, really enjoyed it. Like I didn't see any bad reviews, I don't think, about it. So it went down really well. So another network would snap it up, I'm sure. What would be really clever is if Showtime got a League of Their Own and tried to work in something with because they've got that Uncoupled show from Netflix, and then they're trying because they need to have a block, like, constantly for L Word fans so that people aren't canceling it when the L Word's over. So if they got, you know, the Uncoupled one that they have, the L Word, and then A League of Their Own, and maybe they did one other show, they'd be set. Because you could also kind of like most of the people who are gonna watch the L Word, I think will enjoy shows like Yellow Jackets and stuff because it's so, female focused, and there are a couple of lesbian characters in it, so that's why I started watching Yellow Jackets because people told me, "Oh, it's, like, all women," and there's I mean, technically, it's 2 lesbian couples, but, like, one of them is the same person, it's just in the past because there's, like, 2 timelines. But, yeah, I'm so excited for Yellow Jackets to come back. I think that I'm gonna start talking about that show a bit on, like, Monday's lives too, because the the thing about Yellow Jackets that people really enjoy is, like, talking about, like, all the theories and speculation. So, in my Monday lives, because Yellow Jackets is gonna well, they're doing the thing the L Word did where the episode comes out on Friday, and then it airs on Sunday. So, people will wanna talk about, like, you know, the latest theories and trailer and what's happened. Yellow Jackets is on Showtime too. It's really good. And I covered it last year for season 1, but I know a lot more people will cover it this year, which is always good to have, you know, more people making content, and especially about a show like this that's all women, you know. Ashley and Spencer. Is that Warrior? Oh no, that's South of Nowhere, isn't it? South of Nowhere? God, that I don't know why that was like a major flashback then. Yeah, Ashley and Spencer. Oh my gosh. That was what was South and Nowhere was out like what? The late noughties? Because that was I think it was when I was in like college or university. I remember I used to go in Tampa to like they used to have like these lesbian events. I was talking to Jess about this the other day because they used to give you like these bags, like gift bags for going, and they would always have DVDs in them, and literally I probably went to like 10 of them, and you always got the same ones. It was like Imagine You and Me, Blue is the Warmest Color, and there was a South and Nowhere, and there's like a special episode or some episodes, and there was But I'm a Cheerleader and The Incredible Adventure of Two Girls as well. There was always those ones. Peak cinema, of course, you know. Yeah, you guys need to watch Yellow Jackets. It's really good. Honestly, it's so good. And even just like the cast is amazing. They're all and it's set in like 2 time periods. So it's like now, like the present, and then and that those are all like adults who are in like their 40s, and then they have another time period that's set in like the late 90s, and it's like the teenage versions of the adults. And of course, like Melanie Linsky's in it, like Tony Cypress, Juliette Lewis, Christina Ricci, like just awesome people. And of course, like they're amazing actresses, but the young cast is like they're all really good too. And like a lot of them are pretty new. So it's definitely, and Elijah Wood's gonna be in it this season. And I'm sure there'll be some other good people too. Oh my god, Dean. I'm always rewatching Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec is like my Parks and Rec, The Office, The L Word, Friends, Grey's Anatomy, ER. Breaking Bad. Those are like the shows that I just am constantly like I'm always watching an episode of those. Paper Girls was cancelled. Yeah, that was cancelled for definite. Yes, I remember Girl Trash. Yeah. I do love Broad City too. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I just thought of something else just popped out of my head then. What was it? Oh, I can't remember. I did love House when it was on too. But yeah, that was a good show. I don't know. I feel like maybe this is because I'm getting old, but it's like they just don't make shows like they used to anymore. Oh god. And I so wish that just anytime I talk about The Office, I think about this. I just wish Kate and Leisha would do the L Word rewatch like Jenna and Angela do Office Ladies. It would be so successful. Honestly, it's such a win, and I don't know why they don't. Because they just talk about like the filming and like stories behind the scenes and like how they shot this thing and like, if they I don't know, like people that were guest stars or like silly little not stunts, but like silly little things that they had to do. Like one time they had a cat on the show and they talk about like casting the cat and stuff. But it's interesting the stuff they talk about from like a filming perspective. But the really good stuff is like them talking about, how excited they would get when they got to film a scene together. And then they also have this is the great way they do it is that they get other cast members and like directors and stuff. They don't have them on like for an interview. They do sometimes, but not every week because that obviously sucks up a lot of people's time. But they will ask them like 5 questions or ask them about certain things, and it's obvious they're doing it like over WhatsApp or something and like recording a voice note because that's a quick and easy thing to do. Oh, how did you find, casting a cat in an episode? And then they just give a little like spiel about it. So can you imagine like them asking like they could ask Eileen, Angela Robinson, Rose Trochet. Rose Trochet's working on Among Us, The Last of Us right now. Like there's just so many other things that they could talk about, like not recapping the show because we have seen the show a million times, but I want to hear like the little extra bits. And like if you could get Sarah Shahi, Mia Kirshner, all those people would do it. And even, getting little clips like people like Laurel and stuff, of course they would do it. Rosie, they're also nice. Yeah, like, please no more post office content. I cannot deal with it. I put it on 2 times speed just just because especially, like, the other day when the episode came out late, I was like, "Oh god, I have to listen to this whole thing because I need to make sure there's nothing in there." Uh, I I did watch How I Met Your Mother when it was on, the ex I was talking about, that we used to watch it together. But I have never rewatched that show because I hated the last season and the finale so much. It, like, ruined the entire show for me. I watched Two Broke Girls, like, casually. Like, if it was on, I would watch it. Oh my god, Catherine, you have to watch The Office. Such a good show. Just hilarious. Yeah, like, can you imagine think about episodes, like, when they stole the sign, like, imagine Leisha and Kate telling us about filming that scene, like, the other way that it would be so good if they did that is because most other shows, like, look at even big sh like, Friends, The Office, like, other ones, those a lot of those cast members are people that are, like, in the media a lot. Like, there's so many people who worked on that show, and they all still do, like, they all do interviews and stuff. How much is out there about the L word? Like, fucking nothing. Like, most of the people Erin Daniels is a furniture designer now, like, Mia Kirshner, has her own, SA protection group. Like, a lot of those people don't work anymore in the industry, so they're not out like, no, but the L Word was, like, filmed in Vancouver. It was before social media, before we consumed content the way we consume it now, and, like, honestly, a lot of the stuff is just not out there in any and I mean, I'm not talking about, like, gossipy stuff. I just even general behind the scenes information or, like, deleted scenes. It nobody knows anything about it. That because as well, even now, most of the cast don't really do a lot of interviews. So, it would be so awesome if they did something like that and it became, like, a source of information. And obviously, there's a huge incentive for them too, because people think about how many people listen to Pants already, one, because they're like, "Oh, it's Kate and Leisha, I love them, I love the L Word." It's 2 lesbians that, you wanna support, you wanna listen. But think about all so there's all that audience already that they're gonna maintain, but then think about all of us that, like, really want to to watch it to listen to it and like it, that would draw us back in, but there's so many other people that it absolutely, if they heard, "Oh, they're gonna go over an episode with Sarah Shahi or Rose Rollins or, Mia," people would love that, and they just bring more and more people in, and, they can get a bumped up rate for advertisers, or they could even get new sources of revenue from getting more listeners and all of that. It's one of the most frustrating things to me because I think, like, they have it absolutely made, and I mean, maybe they don't wanna do it, but it just honestly, I cannot understand it. I will never understand it. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. Yeah, I think they are working on Vigil season 2. I haven't watched Wynonna Earp. I've heard about it. There was something else I just thought of in my head, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna." Hmm. So I've been thinking about some possible videos to do for like now that the season's over. So since it's just us chit-chatting. Well, maybe we'll find a YouTube video in a second we can watch. But I was thinking about doing a video. Let me know what you think. Um, like the ranking videos that people do with like you make your own levels of like the red, yellow, green chart. I was thinking about doing a video called Ranking the Crimes of the L Word Generation Q Season 3. Because you could have high crimes like Gigi leaving and no one fucking talking about it, or only letting Bette and Tina have 13 minutes of screen time at their own goddamn wedding. And then if that, I don't know how. See, it's so weird sometimes because I'm constantly trying to get in you guys' heads. And sometimes I think, "Ugh, I figured them out. I know what they want." And then I put out a video and it's like, "Oh, no, they did not want this." And then sometimes I put out a video and it does really well for no reason. And sometimes it just flops for no reason. So I'm constantly trying to figure out what it is that you want. But if it did well, ranking the crimes of the L Word Generation Q Season 3, I could do a video that would just be ranking the crimes of Gen Q, and wow, would that be a video? I'd probably need about 3 hours to be able to do that one. But yeah, oh god. High crimes. High crimes. They need to pay. They need to pay for these high crimes. But yeah, there's a couple of ones I've been thinking of because this week I released 2 videos on my second channel, and if you like scams, frauds, cults, go check that baby out. Those videos my second channel is very different. It's actually like the exact opposite of this channel because this channel is very like personal. Like on that channel, I don't even say my name. It's just about the information. But I don't know that I do really enjoy both, obviously, but there's some other ones some other videos for this channel that yeah, I was like, I don't know whether people are like L worded out or what. So I'm doing a rewatch, L word rewatch podcast on my Patreon. This is the link to my second channel just in case you're interested. Out here like trying to get people to watch the second channel. But yeah, if I know it's hard sometimes for like when people thinking of video ideas and stuff, and sometimes those things people will mention to me, and it is odd because sometimes I like you'll think, "Oh, this will do really well." And it's so odd the way it's just hard to tell what people are going to like, what the algorithm's going to like. And like the algorithm is just interpreting people's, clicks and movements and view time. But Alex, Evelyn, Amanda, and 100% Shipper, like there's probably about a dozen of us, all lesbian YouTubers, that we have this Discord and group that we all like talk to each other and help each other, and You know, like the other day I was like showing them my thumbnail and I'm like, "Do you think this is a good thumbnail?" But it's really, really nice to have like a little group of like, you know, it's all lesbian YouTubers. So we all, you know, it's like having people to like bounce ideas and thoughts off because you all are like doing the same thing kind of. And it's hard you can't really talk about it with other people because like it's such a weird thing, YouTube, like to when you do it, because sometimes you like have your feelings wrapped up in like your views and stuff, and it's weird. It's weird. Yeah, I keep going back and forth about doing a video on The Last of Us because the thing about because my channel is so gay, and when I try and cover stuff that's not, like, explicitly gay, it can be hit or miss. It was like when I covered Dexter, some of my Dexter videos did really well, and other ones absolutely bombed, and it just it's difficult to know how, and I feel like everybody is covering The Last of Us, so I don't know whether, like, because my channel is small, so if, like, these big channels are covering it, they're always gonna, you know, get like, my video will be ranked under theirs. Yeah, the Gap series, I might do a video on, I think maybe watching stuff on here together, like, maybe try out, somebody else's YouTube video, like, maybe try, like, a shorter one and see what people think. A lesbian Dexter. Yeah, we'll have to do another, live soon with, like, Amanda and Evelyn and everyone, because I know that those guys really enjoy it too, and obviously I really enjoy it as well. And they just implemented this new thing that this will be really good for doing the lives together, because before, like, obviously when I put it together, like, I broadcast it on my channel, but now they have this new thing with because I pay for this streaming service, this streaming software that I use to broadcast on. I pay like a monthly subscription for it. And they just implemented this new feature where even though it's my live and I'm hosting it, Amanda, Evelyn, they can broadcast it on their channels as well. So I think that would be really good. And they literally added it like the day after our last live. So I said to them last time, I was like, "Oh, we should do this next time because then like you can broadcast it to your audience too." So it'd be cool. Rich Man's Daughter? Oh, I haven't heard of this. I really love like I'm a big like documentary person. I like you know some of the best ones that I've seen this year, well, last year I guess, is like I loved like the Tinder Swindler, Bad Vegan, Trust No One, the one about the crypto fraud. Um Even things like McMillions, I loved that. I did a video on that, like, way back in, God, it must be, like, 2 it was the, like, November 2020, And yeah, it must have been like fall 2020 in the first year of my channel, definitely. And what else? There's Tiger King, like all those ones. I just love when it's like those really well done ones, like Three Identical Strangers, that was a really good one. Even a lot of the people that's like obviously like I know that I'm not gonna be ever that like level, but that's what I'm trying to do with my second channel because I really enjoy all that like not even necessarily true crime, but just like documentaries. And there's like some of the YouTubers that I watch, like I would love to be, making like the content that they make because it's so good. Like this one YouTuber, she's really good at like telling stories, and I've been a subscriber of hers since she was probably like my size, and now she has like 300,000. And her channel's called Not the Good Girl. Her stuff is really good. And who else do I watch? I'm just thinking. Fundy Fridays, they talk about Christian fundamentalism, like the Duggars and Brittany Dawn. Their channel's really good. Oh, Cruel World, Happy Mind. She does really good stuff too. And it's the same sort of style. Jay Aubrey, he he's really, really, really good. And he did an Elizabeth Holmes one the other day, which when I watch his, I'm like, oh my god, mine's like a school project that a child put together. But if anybody has any good documentary recommendations, please let me know. But yeah, the L Word, I really wonder when we're gonna. Oh, I just watched Stolen Youth. I just finished it. Yeah, that was what I was thinking about actually covering it on my second channel because it's not super well known. And I think because sometimes when you're a small channel, and like my second channel has like 8,000 subs. So like when you're small, it's hard to get ranked for like the well-known topics because you're small, like every bigger channels are covering like the big topics too. And I got really lucky last year. Well, actually, I'm not going to say it was really lucky because it was strategic. I knew that the Dropout and We Crashed, those two not documentary, those two series were coming out about Elizabeth Holmes and Adam and Rebecca Newman. Rebecca Newman is Kate's cousin. And I knew they were coming out. So, like 3 months before they came out, I purposely started my second channel, made videos going over everything, and released them in like January. And the series were coming out in March and April so that I knew the videos would get in the algorithm before anybody else. And then the videos did okay for a brand new channel. But then when the series came out, it was like, like they did amazing. And then I did videos covering the series, and one of my Elizabeth Holmes ones for my second channel got like 200,000 views, and it was a brand new channel. I didn't even have 1,000 subscribers. It wasn't even monetized. And yeah, those videos did really, really well. And it was, yeah, I enjoyed doing them so much. They were so much work, but I like loved every second of it. I wouldn't even call it work. It was fun. So I would just love to keep the second channel going because obviously there's like more potential with that channel because there's a bigger audience to pull from, but also there's like so many more topics. Yeah, I've done like one on Alison Mack, which was like the Nexium one. I did one on the Kardashians. I did one on Shane Dawson. Lots of others, but the main focus was Elizabeth Holmes, and then the second one would probably be Adam and Rebecca Newman, and Rebecca Newman's Kate's cousin. So there's Kate, Rebecca Newman, and Gwyneth Paltrow. They're all cousins, and Kate. There's a documentary on Hulu about the WeWork stuff, and there's actually a picture in the documentary of Rebecca and Kate when they were kids, and they're literally like billionaires, and there's like pictures of like Gwyneth, Kate, and Rebecca too. Yeah, what a family. They're wild. They're absolutely wild. And they literally have just and actually one of my really, really good friends from high school, actually my friend who lives in LA, who went to the semi-tropic with me when I went in September when I went to the set. Drink. Her brother-in-law is like a money person for Kate's cousin and her husband. It's all it's all related all the time. Oh, silver lining. I would really appreciate if you did watch the Shane Dawson one, because I cannot tell you how long I spent on that one, and it did so bad. That video I think is like the lowest ranked video I have on that channel, and it took me weeks and weeks and weeks. Weeks. But sometimes that's what I mean, like, sometimes you think, "Oh, this is gonna be good," and that's the other thing, like, sometimes you literally work so hard on a video, like, weeks of time, effort, like, and it just does terrible. And I try not to let it affect me, but honestly, sometimes your ego gets bruised. I have to take the Evelyn method because Evelyn doesn't, like, check her views. She just posts a video and she's gone. So, I gotta do that. I gotta try and not care about the views. But yeah, so I just love I love, like, the whole, like, making, like, the story and, like, getting all the clips, and sometimes I get really excited when I find, like, clips that like, a lot of the Theranos ones that I found, oh my god, like, I found clips that are still on YouTube of people being like, "This is Elizabeth Holmes, she's amazing, she's the best person in the world, she's a billionaire, she's gonna change the world," and yeah, there's clips with, like, Obama, the Clintons, Joe Biden, and, like, all these people just, like, bigging her up and saying how wonderful she is. Oh, yeah, it definitely helps if you like for some reason right now, YouTube this is what lots of people have told me anyway. At the moment, like, YouTube really cares if you like videos, whereas before I mean, it does matter. It does matter, and it doesn't matter if the video is new or old. The stuff, the analytics stuff always matters, and my thing that well, everybody's what YouTube the number one things that YouTube looks at is, 1, if people click and, like, the click-through rate. It's the watch time. So if you look at anybody, even Mr. Beast's videos, say this is the graph, like a retention graph, so time is along the bottom here, and when people click on a video, I would say it's considered a good video if after 30 seconds, half the audience is still there. A lot of you would be so surprised by how many people immediately click off within 30 seconds. Like I think my retention is about 65-70% on a good video, and that means that, like, you're maintaining about 70% of the audience throughout the video. So, the better the retention, it means people are enjoying the video more because 'cause they're watching it all the way through. So that really matters if you click and you stay and watch the video, or and the other thing that matters is the watch time. So that always helps my channel because I do quite long videos, so that watch time matters, but retention is more important. And then the other thing is if people watch a bunch of your videos, so they want like you to binge videos basically. So if you watch a video and then you watch another, that does well for the channel too. But things like likes and all that, they do matter. Comments, yeah, but at the moment it's liking that really. And I guess that like sometimes it does when I think about it, like when I'm watching someone's video, if I even if I just like them and like I'm not necessarily thinking, "Oh, this is like an amazing video." I always try and like it, like watch all the way through and stuff because it literally it doesn't cost you anything to do it. And I don't know, I guess some people just like to withhold the like or so it's just a weird thing. I understand not commenting because I'm kind of a silent watcher. Like if I like someone, I will watch all of their content. I'll watch their lives. I'll watch everything. I'm like subscribed to some people's Patreons, but I very, very rarely will comment or say anything. But I'll always like their stuff and yeah, liking is like, "Thank you." But yeah, YouTube is I would just, like, talk about YouTube if I could all day because I just find it so fascinating, like, absolutely fascinating about what matters, how all of it works because there are some things that I see and I'm like, "How? How does this have millions of views?" And then there's other people, like I found this channel a couple of days ago and it's quite a young woman. She's maybe like 23, 24, and her videos are great. They're really well done, really well constructed, like, the quality is really great too, the editing, and she has, like, only 3,000 or something subscribers, and there's some people that you just know are gonna blow up. Like, I would say in the past 6 months I can think of like 10 creators off the top of my head that I was a subscriber when they had less than 10,000 subscribers, and now tons of them have like 100,000 subscribers. So like sometimes you can see like, oh, this person's really they're gonna explode. And then it's like sometimes there is an element of luck. Well, a lot of the time it's an element of luck because there's a lot of really good people and there's a lot of like criminally underrated people, but it is just that luck sometimes that they made the right video at the right time and that just propelled them, because it's like I'm a very small channel, but when I started I literally just through pure luck and nothing else picked the day that Laurel Holloman returned to the L Word as the day that because I had wanted to start a YouTube channel forever. And I was like, oh, when I lose 100 pounds, I'm going to start it so that because I wanted like to get a bit of confidence. And if you go back to my really early videos, that I still was like 100 pounds heavier than I am now, and it just but then, like, I got my initial boost because I was the first person to post the clips of Laurel on the show. Like, the first video I put up, it has, like, 800, 900,000 views. That was the first video I put up because everybody wanted to see Laurel, and I put it up at, like, 5 AM UK time, and so everybody that wasn't in the US too, like, went there, and it was just a really short video, but then I started doing my review and stuff, and because I got some subscribers that way, then, it just started rolling, and, like, obviously, I have worked hard and, like, I post videos constantly and, like, I'm always trying to improve the quality and stuff, but and so, like, you have to be consistent and work hard to keep it going, but it's like I did get that initial it wasn't my talent, it wasn't my hard work or anything like that that got that initial boost, it was luck. So, that's why, like, sometimes you have to have a bit of both. And there's some people that have happened to like, the L Word's a small show, so I would love to be able to use the use the skills I have worked on to do something with my second channel because I think that there's a bigger potential audience there, but there's lots of people that cover that stuff, so, it probably will just always be like a little hobby, and that's fine for me. I get so much enjoyment out of doing this that that's all the kind of satisfaction that I need because honestly, I know this sounds maybe like super cheesy to say, but you guys, like, you have no idea how much enjoyment you provide in my life. Like, I absolutely just adore having this channel and like all of you and stuff. Like, it really, 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 really just gives me so much happiness. I saw some things that people asked. Oh, Miss Lady Lily, yeah, I have it literally this stream, I have now started putting it on Twitch as well. So now when I stream on YouTube, it's here, Twitch, and Facebook as well. For some reason, you can't because it's the streaming software I have. You can't add Instagram yet for some reason. But I was thinking maybe I could like you like have like another camera set up as Insta and just stream on Instagram live at the same time. Oh, that's nice, Diana. Yeah, I pretty much watch like I mean there's a few men that I watch like Drew Gooden and Moist Critical. I actually went to university with Moist Critical and Catherine McBroom was in my sister's class in high school. So I've got like two of the biggest YouTubers went to school with my siblings and I. Heidi, do YouTube pay you more if you let the full ads play out? Yeah, they do. The ad like the ads in the middle, pretty much the mid rolls, and if you have like I pay for YouTube Premium, and if you have that, they give you like it's like so I'll show you, but because I can't remember. It's not a lot. It's like a little couple of cents for like every person that has YouTube Premium that watches yours. I can it's so difficult when the L word ends because you can't I mean you can't help but have the ego Bruce a little bit because obviously, like, when the L word ends, like, a lot of interest drops off because people aren't gonna come to an L word channel when the L word's not on, and, it's just, like, you can just see, like, in my analytics, like, right when the show stops, it's like, "Yeet." But what do you that's why I'm like, "Oh, I'll start posting on my second channel now." Yeah, I have YouTube Premium too. It's really good because I love on my phone when you have YouTube Premium, you can go out of the YouTube app and it still plays in the a little box, it still plays the video. Where is it? Oh, yeah, so YouTube Premium, in the past month, I made for everyone who has YouTube Premium who watches on my channel, $37.48. I mean, I've showed before, like, my how much some of my videos make, and, like, certain videos, I don't even monetize them because I'd rather put the clips in, like this. Yeah, a lot of them in the beginning of the season, like the Bette and Tina episodes, I didn't even monetize them. Or sometimes what happens is Showtime copyright claims them, so they have control. So if you see an ad on it, it's Showtime or CBS that's making it. But, like, I had a video in November that was all the new, Women Loving Women shows that were coming out in November, and it was wild because it got, like, 200,000 views, which is a lot for me, and out of over 200,000 views, it made, like, $200 or something for those, but I was gonna say this was the other thing I was looking at the other day, that you can tell how badly season 3 did and just how badly it was received because I was going through my videos for when, like, if you click my channel and it brings you to, like, my channel's page, so, like, on the home page, I have the playlists and it'll show you so I was trying to, like, decide, like, which videos to put in the first 5, so those are the ones you see. So I wanted to, like, make it kind of a different ones all across, so you had a choice. And honestly, I went through and the videos from, like, October to the beginning of December, so basically while we were getting ready for the season, the trailer, and then the first 3 episodes, my videos did amazing. They did so good, like, most of them were hitting, like, 40, 50K, and right the second that episode 4 started, they just drop, like, dramatic drop, and they never recovered. Like, last season, I was looking at season 2, and it was just, like, week after week, like, just got better. Got up to episode 7, I think, 7 and 8 was, like, the peak, and that was when, Dani and Gigi got together, and then the end of the season, like, still did really well, everything. The videos were, like, blowing up, and then this season, it was just fucking abysmal, and I think that right around episode 4, 5 too, because some people might have given it a chance, but some people left and didn't come back, and, like, I bet a lot of people watched the Bette and Tina clips at the wedding of their wedding, and that's it. Like, I think a lot of people noped out and just were done because I also, like, in the beginning, I was like, "Maybe it's me, like, maybe, it's it it's just mine that are down, but I looked at all the people in my lesbian group, Amanda, Sapphic Underground, all these other people that cover it, and everybody was in the same position, and we actually should have been doing better because the bigger YouTubers like Alex Shillington and Evelyn did it on, Patreon, but, like, they weren't covering it. So, all of their views were, like, up for grabs, and we still did terrible. So, it's I can't imagine how badly episodes 4 through 8 did, like, streaming number-wise. Oh, yeah, I'm just going back in the chat a bit. Julie, I do wish that I had the channel when the OG was on. Oh my god, that would've been so good. Mad Hatter, I have, so you can do this thing on here in the comments that it's called, super thanks, and it's like you can do like a donation, and you can do a donation in the chat too, as a super chat. So, 'cause it ca the cash apps that work in the US don't work here. Um, and a lot of the like in on the Isle of Man, we can't have like Western Union. MoneyGram works here, but like Western, this is just an example. Obviously, I'm not saying people need some of this. I'm just telling you this is a story. The Western Union and stuff you can't use here because the Isle of Man is a tax haven. So a lot of the financial stuff is really tightly controlled because there's a lot of money laundering that goes on the Isle of Man. And you actually only have to live here 30 days a year to be a resident here. And it's not so much now, but like in the 80s and 90s, there was like, I think 10 companies for like every person that lived here because so many companies were based here because of we don't have we don't have corporation tax. So, like companies I used to work for, like Poker Stars and stuff, why of course live somewhere there's no tax and like even um individual tax is very, very low here. Like unless you make over, I think it's half a million, tax is like 10%. The most individually you can be taxed is 20%. Actually anybody in the UK probably knows this story, but there is a very wealthy couple that live here and they my dad's best friend, her husband used to work for them, and also she is best friends with the husband's ex-wife. They're in the newspapers constantly right now, and they also Carol Vorderman, who used to do Countdown, is like absolutely determined to bring them down because they're being investigated for not only money laundering, but she is like in the House of Lords. So there was this whole thing when COVID happened. They basically like profited like some insane number, like over it was millions and millions and millions. Was like 30 million or something because they basically like set up this PPE. It was all to like get money through pretending they had a PPE company when they didn't, and they got all this money from the government. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So that yeah, they are like super everybody in the Isle of Man knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody. So yeah, they're people are just so corrupted by money. And it's like and I mean, if you had 20 million, like, do you really need another 3? Or I mean, they have way more than 20 million. If you have 100 million, do you really need another 3? D's Enlightened. What's my highest paid video? Actually, it wasn't on this channel. It was the Elizabeth Holmes one. That one had like 210,000 views. This will show you, okay, the like absolute insanity that is when I say like they drastically screw LGBTQ creators. I had a video on this channel that did 216,000 views. I had a video on my second channel, brand new channel. So this channel did this after 3 years, and really you should be getting a better, like, it's basically CPM is like how much you get per 1,000 views, and mine on this channel is considered really good. Like, mine is the highest out of all of the lesbian YouTubers that I know of because my videos are long. So on the second channel, and this is a one-off, like all my other videos, none of them have done this well at all. I think that was like $800 to $900 for that Elizabeth Holmes video, and the same amount of views on this channel, it was like not even 300. So that's the difference that you're talking about. The fraud stuff does do a bit better because it's like financial fraud stuff, and that usually has like a really high CPM. But yeah, I mean, most videos, I would consider it a very good video if it does like 50, 60. They're not, those are like one-off, like, you can go through and see, like, my videos do not get 200,000, but if they have like a lot of clips, or if they are clip video, they don't make anything. Like, Showtime makes the money from those, or I just don't monetize them because you know. Um Oh, yeah, thanks, Miss Lady. Yeah, I've, we need 30 people chatting to get affiliated in Twitch. Oh, that's nice. Thank you for saying that. Yes, I am very open about the fact, Lola later, that I very much enjoy attention as well as, as video views. But I mean, that's why it's you sometimes you just get people that are just so full of shit. Like, some people are like, oh, I'm only in YouTube for the content creation. And yes, I really do enjoy videos, like making videos. I would love nothing more in this world than to be this was like my full-time job, like just being a YouTuber and making videos. But if you just enjoyed making videos, you'd just be an editor, or you'd make the videos and put them on a hard drive. Everyone is on YouTube to some degree because they enjoy attention. That is it. There's I mean, it could be a little bit of it for you, or it could be a big bit of it for you. I very much enjoy talking, which anyone in my life for my entire 35 years could tell you. Ashley likes to talk. But yeah. So that is where I initially was like, this YouTube thing. Oh yeah, the interview with Em and Jill is coming out this week. I got so, well, with going away and COVID and everything, it got so behind. But yes, I promise it'll be out this week. Jill's probably like, fuck's sake, where is it? It is really good though. And like Jill told some interesting stuff as well. And I think Jill will become a hero after after you guys hear about how she followed Marsha around set saying, when are Bette and Tina gonna get back together? For like the past 3 years. Lola Later, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. And oh, I thought that meant that you'd been on YouTube for a year, and I was like, I think she's been on longer than a year. That one. Yeah. Oh, who remembers when there was the chart website and the R chart was real. So funny. There was a live that I did, it was probably like a year ago now, where we watched Jennifer Beals and Eileen at this like I think it was some sort of investor event, and they were like pitching our chart to like this room of like suited people to get investments for it. But yeah, the lesbian strip club. Yeah, I just got to the bit of the chat with the Isle of Man people. It was incredibly sketchy and dodge, allegedly. Because actually, all those the newspaper like The Guardian and everybody's done articles on them. None of the press here has, because they told the press that they are going to sue them if they said anything in the paper. And I mean, they put everything in the papers here. Like somebody gets caught with a joint, like they put it in the paper, name and shame. And they haven't put this in, but the papers won't put it in because I mean, the Isle of Man newspaper doesn't really have tons of money. So I don't know why they just don't get media liability insurance, but allegedly anyway. Because I don't want to be sued either. Am I gonna do any other videos on weight loss? So I'm back. I'm like back. I had a break for like 6 to 8 months because I was just a bit dieted out. But I'm back on my diet now, and I've lost like 18 pounds since the start of the year. So I've got like another 60 to go. So probably when I finish that 60, I would do like a last update, because once I lose the 60, I'll be pretty much at my goal weight, and I do want to get my boobs done when I get to my goal weight. So if anybody would like to send me a super chat for 10 grand so I can get my boobs done, let me know. But yeah, I don't really care about the rest. So just, yeah, I'm going to get a reduction and a lift. And then maybe I really will start a lesbian strip club and, you know, or an OnlyFans. I'm joking, obviously. But yeah, that would probably be the next one. I only would do it like at the end because the weight loss videos, like, you know, there's only like a little percentage of my audience that would be interested in that. Any secrets you can share on the L word since we are here? I was thinking about doing a video that was like everything you've always wanted to know about the L word, or something that's just like loads of behind the scenes stuff. I mean, there's lots of stuff that that like everybody knows, like, oh, the unscripted she-bar crying and stuff. So, but I think there's a lot of lesser known stuff, and like some things that I know from either being there or like the thing about the photo booth, like the only reason that people would know that is if they came to my live or someone who came to the live told them, because that's not like come out anywhere. Like it was Kelsey that told us, you know? So I was thinking that could be like a cool video to do, because it would basically be like a brain dump of like anything behind the scenes, or just like scripts, locations, stuff about casting. So I might do a video about that. But it's just how you package it, because obviously you don't want to. Actually, I think I started writing. Let me see. I think I did start writing a video with like behind the scenes stuff. But some of the stuff I'm saving because since it's just us, basically there's going to be one of two things that happens. The L word gets renewed, and while I wouldn't carry on the same, I probably wouldn't cover it like as extensively as I have. Like I still will do reviews for episodes and things, but if Bette, Tina, and Gigi aren't there, like that is a lot of the interest gone for me. So I would maybe do like a once, like while they're filming, like a once a month, like big update or something. I wouldn't be covering it like I did the past 3 seasons, but so if it's renewed, carry on like normal, but different, a little bit not as intense. And then if it's cancelled, there's some people that they wouldn't be bound to things anymore. So if the show is cancelled, I would make some exciting content with secrets. Not secrets, but things that we could talk about and share, and yeah, it would be good. But that can only happen if it's cancelled, because it's like Kate and Leisha, if you catch my drift, because they're not going to put themselves in that situation if they have to go back to the show. But I mean, really, it would be like a pretty good scenario for them, because this is one thing I was going to say. Last week, or no, this Saturday, this week, there was mass layoffs at Showtime, and it was like people that have been there since like the original L Word was on. So there is a lot of people that aren't working there anymore. So if the show was cancelled, they're obviously, done, the NDAs, all that stuff. But Showtime itself, like, you have to think they have relationships with some people there too, and it's pretty much gonna be a completely different company owned by someone else. So it really would be like a very clean break. So we'll have to see. Oh, hi Beth. Yeah, we did an impromptu live. I did put it out on social media, but I only put it out like a few hours ago. So I just decided to do one today, just randomly. Diana, are you from the UK? What accent do you have? Oh, Diana, if this was an easy answer. I actually, in that video that I was talking about where I got the 200,000 views, there was like a whole thread of about 15 people who were like, "Oh my god, so cringe. I can't believe you're faking an accent." It's like, yes, if I was faking an accent, I would really choose this fucking one. But I was born in Northern Ireland and I lived there till I was like 4. So that's the accent I started out with. Then I moved to Dublin in Southern Ireland until I was like 9. So then I had that accent. Then I moved to the Isle of Man when I was 9 until I was 16. So then I had a British accent. And then when I was 16, I moved to Florida. And because I was 16, I didn't fully develop an American accent, but I lived in America, mostly Florida, but I did live in New York for a bit. I lived there from when I was 16 until I was 33, and then I came back to the Isle of Man, and I've been here for like 3 and a bit years. So it's a Northern Irish, Southern Irish, British, American congealed mess in there. But yeah, that's the accent I have. I've only ever heard a few other people with it, but it's really weird now because one of my sisters lives in England and has been there for like a good couple of years. So my sister that's after me, we all used to sound alike, but now one sister's completely English. My other sister, she's lived in America, like, basically since she was, like, 10, so she's completely American, and then my brother has kinda, like, my accent, but yeah, it's super weird. With the every so often, there's, like, there was a celebrity that we were like, "Oh my god, they sound like us." I can't remember who it was now. Oh, thanks, Emma. I feel like that's the whole thing of YouTube too. Like you have to like if you're not honest, it's like that whole thing I was talking about the other day with the anybody see it? Michaela Naguera, I think I'd never heard of her before this Lashgate thing, but basically she did this video which was sponsored and she was probably being paid like upwards of like $200,000, and she had no eyelashes on. She just regular her own eyelashes, and she put this mascara on, and she like looks in the camera, she shows her doing it, she's doing, "Oh, I'm doing one coat," and then the camera cuts, so like she's been able to go away and do something, and she comes back and says, "Oh, I put on a second coat and oh my god, this mascara is amazing, blah blah blah." And literally it's as if like I've come on now and said, "Oh, these are my natural eyelashes. Yeah, these are real." And people were like, "You've put false eyelashes on." And she was like, "No, I didn't," in the comments. And people are saying like, you're lying about something you're being paid to sell to people basically. And it's like once you lose that trust like with people, you're not going to get it back. And I feel like the whole thing of YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is, like you have to be honest, like otherwise, because it's not like you're a corporation or a company or something. Like people who create content or have social media following or whatever you want to say, it's closer to a friendship rather than like a brand, because I mean now it's like we're on FaceTime or something, like okay, it only goes one way, like you can only hear me, we have to chat obviously, but like if I'm sitting here and being like, "Oh, I like this cup." It's closer to like you being on FaceTime and like seeing that your friend's drinking out of this cup and asking them about it, rather than, "Oh, this is a McDonald's commercial where we've like sprayed the burger with hairspray to make it look better." Oh, that's interesting, S4NG. I think there's a market for women loving women content in Asia because of the cultural constraints in LGBTQ content. Maybe, yeah, that is, yeah. Because like that makes sense if it's on YouTube too, because a lot of countries wouldn't show it on television because like even um Doctor Strange ended up taking the movie out of China because there was like a 2-minute scene with like one of the characters had two moms and they were like holding hands or something. Oh, I think I'm behind in the chat. Yeah, yeah. Stripper poles, jail, GoFundMe, 10K. I love you guys. Oh yeah, yeah. I should do I'll do a GoFundMe for my boob job and then every donation then you can get a ticket to like my OnlyFans. Joking. Yeah, so you could all check the work. No, I'm only joking. If all your subscribers gave you $1. That's like when there was something that was like, if everyone in the world gave me a penny, there was some meme or something like that recently. When are we gonna find out if it's renewed? Well, everybody told me a month ago that it was gonna be in about a month that we found out, and I do think it will be soon, but it's just so hard to tell because of the whole thing with Paramount and stuff, but I do think if they've had this well, they for sure have because people who I know have lost their jobs, the big layoff at Showtime, I think they are now in the process of making the decisions about how they're going forward, so I do think it'll be soon that we find out. Oh, thanks, Rio. So nice. See, I did, Goodness Rated said you think Gen Q is gonna be canceled. I mean, it's if you would have asked me like halfway through the season or even towards the end of the season, I would have said yes because really even think back to the before like right when the premiere happened, a lot of people, and I mean people that like worked at Showtime, said that things didn't look good for the show having a fourth season. And because before the show came back, I was kind of like, oh, we could get another season. And I did think it was probably most likely because it's quite rare for a show to be cancelled at season 3. Not impossible, but it is rarer. Um, and so I then changed my mind based on what people had told me. So then as the season continued, then well, no, sorry, after episode 2, because the ratings were really good and like people were really happy, the reviews were good, people were engaged, social media, blah blah blah. The person, well, people who told me they thought it didn't look good, they then said, "Oh, actually, after all, they literally said, after all, they may get season 4. But then we all know what happened. Season 3, they fucked the whole thing up. Gigi left. Absolute like people just thought the rest of the season was absolute trash, and then they were like left in this space of episodes 4 through 8 did pretty bad, and although 9 and 10 did better, they were nowhere near to what 1 and 2 did, because so many people were like, "I'm done with this," or because the Bette and Tina stuff was so little, they watched it on YouTube or wherever else, and a lot of people just didn't go back to it. So, I do think it is more likely that it will be canceled, but I do not think it is impossible for it to be renewed, because there's stuff renewed all the time, and I do think it's the fact that the L Word audience is super unique, and it's Showtime's like number 1 show when it comes to social media interaction, which obviously like does play a part, but the fact that the show is bringing in subscribers like for I don't know this for a fact obviously, but pick another show that's on Showtime, like City on a Hill. Not an enormous show by any means, but the L Word could bring in more new subscribers than that show, even though its ratings are probably better, just because if you watch City on a Hill, you probably watch Billions, you probably watch Dexter, you probably watch a lot of the other shows on there. So you're not getting it Showtime specifically for City on a Hill, whereas a lot of the L Word audience get Showtime just for the L Word. So they're getting customers that they wouldn't usually get, and Showtime only care about that subscriber fee. That's all they care about. They don't care if the ratings are good, bad, whatever. If people show up and pay the $12.99, that's all they care about. So I don't think it's impossible, but I think it's more likely that it would be canceled. But as every day goes by, that's another day they haven't canceled it. A pick and mix of every accent. Yes, that's the perfect way to describe it, Lady Lily. Oh my god, the year that I lived in did you ever live in when there was hurricanes? The year that I moved to Florida, 2004, I did not have an entire week of school for the first semester because there was a hurricane day, like, or a holiday, like, every fucking week. And the first hurricane, I literally was like, "Fuck, fuck, like, a hurricane's coming," like, and I'm picturing what I've seen on the TV, and so I lived in Tampa, so I drove to Disney because I was like, "Oh, Disney will be safe, Disney will know what to do," and I'm there in the room with, like, my 3 dogs, and I literally went out in the parking lot and I was like, "This is fucking it. This is it." Because it wasn't even like, that's like a Monday on the Isle of Man. Like, the Isle of Man is one of the windiest places on earth because 'cause we're a rock in the middle of the Irish Sea. And, I mean, I understand why they panic a bit more in the US because they don't build stuff the same way that we build stuff with, like, rocks and stones. Like, the buildings, they go up faster, but they're not as sturdy. But yeah, and then there was another hurricane that year, and I literally have pictures of my ex-girlfriend and I going down Bayshore in canoes on the street because it flooded so much. Oh, thanks for everyone who likes my accent. That makes me feel good because I know some people don't like it, but I can't really do anything about it. Oh, Rio, you're so sweet with the compliments. Thank you. Diana said, "Would you like to be in the L Word?" Yes. I'll play a plan. I'll play a background. Well, actually, if there is a season 4, you'll this is a little sneak peek of the Jill and M interview. Jill, I don't know whether this offer would still stand after my my recent video, but Jill said that if there's a season 4, that she would let Chris, Jess, and I be extras in season 4. So that's the reason it should be renewed alone. I have to make my L Word debut. I came back here because of work, basically. Um, I used to work in the when I started my channel, I was still working in it. I worked in the e-gaming industry. So I've in the beginning, I used to be basically um the director of like investigations and fraud. So when people and I work for Poker Stars mainly. So who in my job interview, they asked me, "How do you feel about working for someone who's on the FBI's most wanted list?" And so for like 8 years, I did work for someone who was on the FBI's most wanted list for God, like 15 years they were on it for. But when I worked in fraud, like I was like the investigations director that so when people if they're playing poker online, what would happen is, okay, you and I are gonna try and, run a fraud scheme. I steal credit cards. So I say to you, "Hey, I've got these credit cards, like there's 20K on them. I want to get the money out of it." So we would go on the site, the poker site, and I would intentionally lose to you so that the 20K, I lose 20K to you, and then we cash it out and then split the money. So most of my team, and there's many, many, many versions of that, all the way down to just like kiting checks and then trying to cash them out in the casino. So my team used to have to basically like investigate if someone was just shit at poker or whether they were actually intentionally losing or doing something else. And my best friend, who she comes on the channel sometimes from New Jersey, she was used to date Daniel Negreanu, who's like the best poker player in the world. So we worked together for a long time. And when after I had worked in the Isle of Man office for just a bit, then they asked me to go and open the US one. And then that's when I started doing and like slot games. Basically, after I did like the fraud stuff, I moved into designing the like math and psychology behind the slot game. So, yeah, like you see all the pictures and images, but behind it, it's like very specific math of like how the game works out. And you always like base it around this percentage called like RTP, which is return to player. And it's based on like, okay, if a player puts $100 in, they should get out. Most of those games run between 93 and 97%. So they should get out, 93 to $97. And obviously, like it gets very complicated from there with like all the reels and like the number of reels and like free spins and bonus rounds and stuff, but it's crazy. Like that whole thing and making sure that like the game holds people's attention and blah 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 blah. But my only advice for I don't really I'll like bet on if I go to the races or something, like I'll do some bets on horses and stuff. And I do like to play poker, but when it comes to slot games, as someone who designed them, don't put your money in. They're designed literally for you to lose money. And I have seen people literally the last gaming company I worked for was called Microgaming. They were pretty shit and very sexist, but PokerStars was great to work for. And those they just are terrible. Like I have seen people like the 1 in a zillion chance of winning the, 5 million or whatever it is, and I have seen those people put it all back into the machines. If you ever win anything like that, immediately take the money out and tell them you wanna close your account and be blacklisted because they'll suck you back in. But the whole point of explaining that, I don't know, but I just my dad had the first ever e-gaming company in the world, so I've always been around that, and, then I was just like, "I don't like this anymore, I don't like the whole I don't wanna be in the industry anymore." So, r right around October 2020, so I'd had my channel, like, 10 months, then I decided to quit my job and I started my own company, and I started doing like a bit more of like my I've always had a little bit to do with my family business, but then I did a little bit more now, and I have my own business and I do marketing, social media, web design, all the like I do like lots of stuff. I have like a medical company as well, but that is now I'm here and we have like our no tax rates. So, I do really wanna go back to America, but, I would say I would definitely be back in the States before I'm 40. So that's, like, 4 years away. Sorry if that was a long ramble. Oh, my chat just jumped. I'm trying to quickly zoom through. Yeah, I'll ask, if I can have a line in in that word. If it's less than 5, well, yeah, I guess they could yeah, normally it's 5 lines for, like, a co-starring or yeah, co-starring role. Yeah, it does I do watch other stuff on Showtime. I do, obviously, I like Dexter. I mean, it's not on any well, they just announced, like, 3 spinoffs that they're doing. Um, I like Shameless. Yellow Jackets, obviously, is why I'm keeping the subscription for now because I was gonna cancel it the other day because I have Showtime and I have it on Hulu, but then I was like, "Oh, no, Yellow Jackets is back soon." and I use it a lot to when I, like, record. I have pretty much all the episodes of the L Word as clips now, but I use it for my videos for, like, if I need a clip, that's how I get it. But I have to do it in this really weird way now because they've like, if you try and record Showtime now, it makes the screen black, so I actually do it through this and, like, project it. Oh, I'm just seeing all of you talking about poker. Yeah, I do really like playing poker. But yeah, if you win anything, honestly, walk away and tell them to blacklist. Like, what are you chasing then? I literally have seen people put millions back in. And it's like, what are you trying to win then? You already won. There was someone that I saw once that literally they made their account and they had it for about 3 weeks and they'd put like $90 in and they literally won like over 3 million. Can you imagine? The luckiest person in the world. Yeah, the new Dexter, they're doing a season 2 of Dexter New Blood, which is weird. Um, and then they're doing like a Dexter, like early Dexter, like before, like when he was younger. A prequel is the word I'm looking for. And then they're doing uh a spin-off of one of the killers. Can you imagine if they did like they would I mean the L Word doesn't have a big enough audience to do a spin-off, but if they did like a young Bette Porter or something like that. Oh, thanks for everyone that's organizing the little Twitch rewatch, Miss Lady Lee and Lily. Dexter's son is gonna be the season 2, like they're doing season 2 of New Blood and it's gonna follow Dexter's son, Lady Lily. So yeah. Oh yeah, we watched the first episode of the Gaps. Oh, hit the light of the Gap series before a young Shane. Will I meet with the well, I met a lot of my subscribers at the watch party in LA, and it was just so like I absolutely loved it. Like it was so fun to just because obviously like well, I guess from your side too, like you're just seeing me, but to like see the real people, it was wild. But when I probably sometime like maybe the end of spring, like start of summer, I'll probably go to Florida just for a week or something for vacation. And I would do like or maybe I would go to LA. Just I'll go somewhere to this. I always go to the States if I'm here, and then if I'm in the States living, I come here for holiday. So I do really, really want to go to Hawaii for some reason, but Florida or California. So I would definitely do a meetup, or I'd just say, "Hey, I'm here if people wanted to come and like meet for coffee or whatever." So I definitely let people know, and like I don't, because the it would only ever be like a smaller group, obviously, because like if I was in Florida, it'd only be the people that lived kind of Tampa, Orlando, or wanted to drive. But if there was another event, like something we could go to, then obviously, because like that's why the watch party was great, because so many people came to LA for the watch party, and it was like I just happened to be going too. So, but I don't, like I don't know what if there would be. I wish they would do one of those L word conventions again, because I was supposed to go to the one with Jennifer and Laurel, and then there was like a thing in my family and I couldn't go. But it comes up in my bloody Facebook memories all the time, like me like counting down to it. But yeah, I think any opportunity to meet any of my subscribers, I'd definitely be up for that. It's really funny though. I can't remember whether I've told this story, but so I had someone send me a message on Instagram, and they were like, "Hey Ash, like I'm pretty new to watching your stuff, but I wanted to buy some of your merch, and I just wanted to make sure that you ship to where I live, because I live somewhere that's really remote, and or maybe not remote. They said something like it's a really small place or something." And I was like, "Yeah, like we ship everywhere, it's not a big deal." And then they're like, "Okay, cool," because oh no, I hadn't replied. And then in before I had found it, because the message goes to that other inbox and I only check it every so often, and they had come back and said, "This is crazy, but because I've only just found you, I've started like watching your old stuff, and I've realized you actually live in the Isle of Man, which is where I live." And so I ended up like talking back to them, being like, "What the hell? That's so random." So there's someone who lives on the Isle of Man, and then there was someone who's written to me before, who they used to live here, but their parents still live here, so they come a lot. And so there's two people somewhere man that watch me. But yeah, I think everywhere everywhere else it would have to be like a L word event, or just like I said, I would meet anybody for like coffee or drinks or something um, when I go in a couple of months. But yeah, I guess there could be something in the future, some sort of L word something or something else. Yeah, it's a funny old world. I mean, if the show was renewed, it would I think it would be like a bit of a wait until we got season 4, unless I mean, because if it is renewed, then there's two versions of what happens there too, because either it's renewed as is and everything stays the same, or it's renewed and they have to make changes with writers and all that stuff. But also the people who work at Showtime told me this anyway, that they tried to get season 3 to be made in Vancouver. So I know they were trying to do that to give them a better budget, which it is frustrating because we could have had a better show with more of a budget. And I also don't think they would have done as many guest stars if they were in Vancouver, because, like, a lot of those people probably wouldn't have come up to Vancouver. But I think that if there is gonna be a season 4, that they would make them film in Vancouver. I mean, especially, like, Paramount and stuff, like, they're in a totally, totally different situation now too. Oh, Klexicon? Yeah, I remember I think it was Alex was gonna go to that last year, and then I think she was sick and shouldn't end up going because she was gonna go all the way from Australia, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know, because I mean, they can turn these things around pretty quickly, but if they have to do all those changes, move the whole production up to Vancouver. I don't think so about the Blue Angels. I mean, we get the red hours here every year, there's a thing on the Isle of Man that's called the TT races. It's, a motorbike race, but they do it on, like, the real roads, and it's super, super famous, and the red hours come over for that every year. No, the Jennifer Beals gift surprise thing, there's no way on this earth that it would be the season 4 renewal, because she wouldn't announce that, but also, like, she's done, so it would I mean, it would be Showtime that would announce it, but I think Jennifer's will be like a project or something, because I think it's way too early days for the L Word Gen Q book, because 'cause I'm definitely assuming that she's doing a Gen Q photo book. I've got mine behind my head. My L Word one. My, Holy Grail that Leela sent me. So, so, so awesome, because I've told that story, but yeah, wanted that for like 15 years. Oh, Lord. Well, guys, I think I'm going to wrap up since I have been Oh, you're still here, Leila, yeah. Since I've been rambling and rambling, but always appreciate you letting me ramble, especially an impromptu ramble like this one. So I do think, I mean, especially now that I have it. Oh, have fun at Target. Say hi for me. Now that I have it up on Twitch and Facebook, I am interested in doing another live and like a stream, because they do good on my channel, and I just enjoy chatting, and I think that that's one of the things that my channel has going for it, is like we have a really great community and everybody gets on, and like I love seeing you guys be like friends and like chatting about stuff too. So it's like all my children being friends. So I just think that it'd be fun, and like if it gets the you know, it's not doing well or people aren't interested, then I can always just put it down to one a week instead. But I am gonna test out doing keep the one on the Monday and then do one at the weekend and just oh, thanks, Lady Lily, and just see how it goes. And it's just casual, laid back, chill, doesn't have to be anything, you know, crazy. But I think it would be good and enjoyable. And like, there's people that stream for hours and hours every day. So I think it would be a little alternative place. And yeah, we can see some other videos. And also, like I said, I know Amanda, Evelyn, Jess, they can come on, pop by. We can talk about some stuff, and we will have a lot of stuff to talk about if the show is cancelled. Trust me. So that will be real interesting. And I mean, we'll have stuff to talk about if the show's not cancelled too, because the show will come back. But yeah, I will definitely be back on Monday to chat more. And I have my pilot part 2 podcast episode coming out tomorrow. If you have any ideas for videos or if you have any documentary recommendations, I'm just looking for something good to watch. Let me know. My Crimes of the L Word Gen Q season 3 video, I'm going to work on that this week, so look out for that. And if you like scams, frauds, and cults, make sure you check out my second channel. And I have a merch store and a Patreon, so you can check those out as well if you would like to. As I said, my Patreon, I'm doing an L Word rewatch at the moment, so come check that out. And it's the same thing as being a member on YouTube. So there's a link to Patreon in the description box, or you can just hit the join button, which is next to subscribe. I mean, if you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You're missing out big time when you could be a crazy with the rest of us. So make sure you're subscribed. And if you are someone who's purchased some merch and it's come, because a lot of it is coming this week, so it was a little bit slow, make sure to send me a pic of you and your merch because I want to see it. And pretty much all that's left to say is this is my second channel. I love you. I'm glad some of you enjoy my rambling. And oh yeah, I saw that one, The Hated Man on the Internet. It was good. And yeah, I'll see you on Monday. So make sure to pop by if you can. Miss G and I love you very much. Have a good rest of your Saturday. And we'll see you Monday. Love you guys. Thanks so much for coming. See you on Monday.